I've tried remaking this video so many fucking times and I'm about to call it quits. So if this time doesn't work out, then I'm just gonna give up on this video. So today I'm going to be talking about a book that has been highly recommended by lots and lots of booktubers and people on Twitter and people on Goodreads, and I've been wanting to read this book forever. Literally forever. I sped through the book within like a week and now here I am to tell you guys about it. The book that we're going to be talking about today is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sands. I'm sorry for butchering her name. This book was so amazing. I can't even verbally express properly how much that I loved this book. I ended up giving it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and the funny thing was I almost put this book down several times because the first like quarter of the book, this much of the book, was just extremely slow. If you guys do decide to go pick this book up, I would definitely recommend sticking to it until you pass that little quarter, then deciding whether you want to continue reading it or not, because it does take a while for the story to fully develop into something that flows. So the book is written in the point of view of this boy named Aristotle, who is probably one of the most angsty characters that I have ever read in a young adult novel. And that's saying something because I've read Twilight, but he's very emotionally stunted and he's kind of quiet and awkward. I related to him a lot. He's kind of just really confused about everything, and his family life isn't so great, and the communication within his family just is not there. He meets this boy named Dante who is just like really flamboyant, and his personality is just outrageous, and he's weird and quirky, and I wish I could give a Character of the Year award to Dante because I freaking love him so very much. Like, his whole character is just the bomb. Aristotle and Dante really complement each other. They're kind of like yin and yang. Like, as the story develops, you know, Dante brings out these different character traits in Aristotle and kind of brings Aristotle out of his little mind palace thing that's going on and brings him into reality. And I love how this book is written because it's not written like your typical contemporary book. I mean, literally there's no plot to this book at all. Just a story about two boys, and that's, I think, why I love it so much, is because it's so just average and it's so relatable. The words come out of the page, and the way that I interpreted it in my head was kind of like watching an indie movie. The characters grew kind of quickly. The novel is, you know, this long. He goes from age like 15 to like 17. So it's a span. This book takes place in the span of like 3 years. So a lot of stuff happens, and I really like it because Aristotle is so boring. Like, if you read this book and you don't relate to Aristotle, then I don't know how we could be friends, because Aristotle is like your typical fucking teenager, especially nowadays. He's just working, he's flipping burgers, he reads and he works out, and his life is just not that interesting except when Dante's around. And it's just like reality, except it's better than reality, and I don't know. It was just so painfully average that it wasn't average, if that makes sense. I loved how we got to see into Aristotle's head, and we really got to see how Aristotle grows and comes out of his shell. And it's kind of funny how the author writes it, because in the beginning of the book the sentences are kind of like staggered, they don't flow as well, they're more like choppy, but towards the end of the book starts to really flow together, and I literally just can't fucking put the book down. It's so good, literally so good. And yeah, so I guess we could talk a little bit about Dante's character. Like I said before, Dante's really flamboyant throughout the book. As he gets older, Dante moves away, and when Dante moves away, he starts like experimenting with pot, and he drinks and he kisses girls, and we kind of like explore his sexuality with him through the letters that he writes Aristotle. I already knew what the ending was gonna be because of all the hype. Like, I didn't know exactly, but I had a pretty good idea. Like, I got to the last portion of the book in the last couple chapters, and like, you know, what I thought the ending was gonna be wasn't happening, and it just happened like the last 3 pages, and I was like, finally, like, I was waiting for it to happen, and I was just, so excited. And I don't really know what else to say about this book except it is just amazing. This book was just so fucking good, and I'm not just saying that, like, it was good, and I loved everything about it, and I wish I could explain things better, but I really suck at explaining. Thank you so much for watching. Please have a wonderful day, and me and Ollie say bye. Say bye. Bye. Ugh.